Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our webcast this evening in conjunction with Trafalgar. My name's Brian Murray, the Director of Travel here at AAA, and I'm delighted that you are spending some time with us this evening. It's a beautiful day out, but I'm glad you're here to hear about a wonderful destination that is open and people are just waiting to go to and can't wait to go to, and that's Hawaii. I do want to let you know you're all in listen-only mode. If you do have questions, though, please feel free to type them in the question box on your screen, and we'll entertain questions at the end of the program. In addition, I'd like to let everyone know that AAA is offering $100 savings on a new booking with Trafalgar, if that is booked between now and June 2nd. So that is a thank you for being with us this evening. And that is in addition to any other savings that you will hear about during the program. And also a reminder for AAA member reward Visa card holders, May and June are Trafalgar months, and you get 5 times the points plus your AAA vacation amenities or a AAA member benefit with Trafalgar. So a great month to plan and book and buy that Hawaii vacation. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jennifer Llewellyn, the District Sales Manager with Trafalgar. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Aloha. Welcome, everyone. I'm delighted to have you join us today for our Ultimate Hawaii event. And yes, my name is Jennifer, and I'm a local representative for Trafalgar, and I'm excited to take you on a journey to one of our world's most beautiful paradises that happens to be right here in the USA. And I also want to give a huge shout out and thank you to AAA, who organized this event for us and gathered us all here today. You know, we are proud partners of AAA, and there are exclusive perks to booking your Trafalgar vacation with your AAA advisor, which I will go over a little later. And plus, we have some great travel specials for you as well as a thank you for attending the event. And yes, before we get started, I know Brian mentioned it before, but please be sure to look at your control panel. You should see a line or a box called questions. And yes, throughout this session, I want you to use this area to submit any questions, comments, or even any answers to any questions that might pop up. And I'll be able to interact with you there. So keep it open, and I look forward to your participation. And we will also be having, of course, the question and answer session at the end of today's event. So if you'd rather ask your question then, that is certainly fine. You can absolutely do that. All right, so let's set our clocks to island time and get ready to see the wonders of Hawaii. And if there's anyone here joining us today who has traveled with Trafalgar before, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us and looking forward to your next adventure. For anyone here who is new to Trafalgar, I am very happy to introduce you and welcome you to our traveling family. You know, Trafalgar has actually connected over 5 million travelers to the world's most remarkable destinations for almost 80 years. You know, we are the world's most awarded guided vacation company, but what we really do is so much more than just guided vacations. You know, we connect you to the heart of your destination so that you don't just feel like a visitor, you feel like you're living it. And our brands actually have over 100 years of experience. And although today we will be visiting the islands of Hawaii, we do travel to all 7 continents. And with over 300 trips around the world to choose from, we can deliver lasting memories for all of your bucket list trips. You know, we understand that when choosing a travel brand for your next vacation, being able to travel with a peace of mind and knowing that you're in good hands is a top priority. So we have introduced a 3-step approach to well-being protocols on all of our trips and have closely worked with the World Tourism and Travel Council to make sure that these are all aligned globally with authorities. So rest assured that when you are traveling with us, you are in the best hands. All right, now I like to start things off with a bit of a fun icebreaker. Let's get to know each other a little better. I want to know what you want to experience or what you're looking forward to most on your Hawaii vacation. So you can feel free to share in the questions box if you like. There are no wrong answers here. You know, I get a lot of answers when I ask this question. You know, like maybe you're a history buff and you want to see Pearl Harbor. Maybe you want to experience the natural wonders and the wildlife of the island. Or maybe, you want to sit back and relax with a Mai Tai on the beach, and not have a care in the world. And these are all fantastic answers. And whenever I ask this question, I'm always going to get different answers. But what I hear is really the same thing. What I hear is that we all want to be our best selves because, aren't we our best selves when we're on vacation? We laugh and smile more. We're eager to learn and experience new things. We want to live the good life. And thankfully, Trafalgar has discovered the secret to living the good life in Hawaii. Of course, starting with our real connections. And this is probably my favorite part about travel because when I think about good travel and experiencing Hawaii, I think about, tasting all the delicious food and the local flavors. I think about meeting the locals and learning about their stories and their history. I think about experiencing the culture because these are all the things that make up the heart and soul of a destination. And that's what we want to do. We want to take you right to the heart and soul of a destination. And then, of course, we add in some real ease. So, remember when you were a kid and your parents planned all your vacations? So, all you had to do was show up and have a good time. Or maybe, your AAA travel advisor plans all your vacations so that you can just show up and have a good time. Well, that's what we want to do. We want to take care of all of those details, like your accommodations, your transportation, and your sightseeing, so that you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy your adventure. Of course, when you put that together, you're going to find real joy. And this is the reason why we travel, right? It's to laugh a lot more, it's to learn more, it's to just have a fantastic time, to meet new people. It's the joy of traveling and the joy of being on vacation. When you put all of these together, we're going to find the good life. But let me give you some of the finer details and really show you how you're going to enjoy the good life in Hawaii. And that's starting with the iconic sites. And let me tell you, there is no shortage of iconic sites in Hawaii. From the shores of Pearl Harbor to the rim of the Halemaumau crater, you'll explore Hawaii's historical and natural icons with the help of our knowledgeable local experts. You'll hear the past come to life in the insightful anecdotes of your guides and be humbled by the awesome power of Mother Nature at sites like your visit to the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And there are certainly some iconic sites and attractions that won't want to be missed. And we want to ensure that you don't. So, for ease of travel, our vacations have all the iconic must see sites included. From the natural wonders and landscapes to wildlife, you can be certain that you won't miss out on a single thing. But of course, with Trafalgar, you'll get more than just the highlights. We have some surprises in store along the way. Each vacation has actually been handcrafted by us and our team of passionate travel experts to ensure you get the most of your vacation. You're not just going to have to spend, countless hours searching online or through guidebooks and try to piece everything together for the perfect trip yourself. We have done all that hard work and found some pretty incredible experiences to include just for you. So you'll not only experience an incredible, unique, and one of a kind destination, you'll take in the sights and moments that will live in your mind for a lifetime. So let's get ready to hang loose like a local. We like to take our guests beyond the normal tourist path, getting behind the scenes, hands on, and experience life as the locals do. And this is what we call our dive into culture. For instance, you could sip some of the finest local brews, and I'm talking, of course, about Kona coffee at a coffee plantation on the lush mountainside. Or you could cool off with the ocean breeze and a tropical cocktail during a traditional Hawaiian luau and feast. And this is as local musicians and dancers tell the history of the island through the beats of their drums and the movements of their body. And when culture is what you want, there is no better way to live and experience it than through an evening with part of history themselves. You'll walk away with so many memories, and it's truly a beautiful thing to watch and to hear from the locals themselves. And for a little lesser known treat, On our exclusive Be My Guest dining experiences, you'll actually get to break bread with local families, either in their homes or on their farms or vineyard, or even at their own restaurants, discovering their stories and traditions as you share warming home cooked meals together. On OO Farm, you'll taste the real Hawaii as you help gather the fresh produce needed to create your alfresco Be My Guest lunch. And then you'll enjoy your homemade meal against the stunning backdrop of a panoramic view of the island. You'll learn how the farm also supports a local market based on the 100-mile market concept. And what this means is that the markets only offer products within that are available within a 100-mile radius, and it provides quality produce for the local Maui residents to deliver that true farm to table experience. And this is actually featured on all of our Hawaii trips. And far removed from its mainland counterparts, Hawaii really is a state like no other. From sugar plantations to small scale local farms, we introduce you to the people who make a living on this fertile land and immerse you into the lives of the proud people who call Hawaii home, and letting you support their livelihood and traditions as you learn about how their past and present, the natural and man made, have shaped the legacy of this island chain. We take you off the beaten path to connect you with locals and enjoy an authentic experience that'll open your eyes and it's going to leave a mark on your heart. I went to Hawaii a few years ago and it still has me dreaming of its shores, and I can't wait to go back myself. And we can't forget that there are certainly some must see sites, wildlife, and attractions for you to see. And like I said, we want to ensure that you take everything in, from the majestic views like the Nepali coast, to watching the wildlife of the region and their natural habitat like whales or sea turtles or manta rays. So you will be glad to know that our trips, of course, have all these iconic must-see sites included in them. And of course, these inclusions mean saving you time from not having to research and book in advance. We have each and every one of these inclusions expertly planned so that you get the best of the best. And you can be certain that you won't miss a single thing. And of course, after a day of exploration, it's important to get a good night's sleep. And that's why we've picked 4 and 5 star hotels that are in the right locations, from personal touches and finer details of modern properties with the authentic charms that you come to expect from an exotic place like Hawaii. Our hand selected accommodations allow you to stay in hotels that reflect the history and natural beauty of Hawaii. Whether you're on Maui, Oahu, Kauai, or the Big Island, we have found the perfect base for your exploration and to enjoy a restful night's sleep so that you can wake up refreshed and ready for more island fun. Now, probably my favorite part about traveling, let's talk about the food and the flavors of the region. And I'm sure I'm not alone. I know we have some foodies joining us tonight. And let me tell you, you are in for a real treat. Multiple incredible treats in Hawaii. The island cuisine here has actually been shaped by both the natural resources and the different cultures that have called the islands home. So it's really a smorgasbord of incredible flavors and tastes. Think of regional favorites like delicious Mai Tais, Kalua pig, which of course is always featured at every luau, poke, which is made from fresh fish that'll be caught that day, and also a very interesting dish called poi, which is traditionally made from mashed taro root. And it kind of looks like it looks like a purple pudding almost, and its taste is a bit hard to describe, so you're just going to have to go and try it for yourself. And we do provide most of your meals when you travel with us. And these will be some of the most memorable meals you'll ever have. From our Be My Guest experiences, like I talked about before, from farm to table lunches, or even tried and true local favorite restaurants. You'll really get a taste of island life. And now, I did say we take care of most meals. We don't take care of all meals, and that's because we know you're going to want some time to explore for yourself. And one of the best ways to do that is to head out and enjoy a meal on the town. But the nice thing is, if you need a reservation or a recommendation on where to go, you can just ask your travel director. And these are actually the real stars of the show. You know, our travel directors are with you from the start to the end of your trip, and they are locals who know the islands like the back of their hand. They are there to personally ensure that you are having the best time. And in fact, most people I meet who have traveled with us tell me about our travel director first. And I know that's kind of surprising, but they really do make the trip special for everybody. You know, they often become lifelong friends so that many travelers and travel directors still keep in touch through social media or through email. You know, it's just a testament to how amazing they are. You know, they really do pay personal attention to every guest that travels with us, and they make everybody feel special and like one big happy family. And as if your travel director's expert knowledge isn't enough, we introduce you to even more locals. So I want you to imagine real quick, you know, imagine that you're heading to Hawaii. Maybe you're arriving in Oahu and, you know, there's so much to see and do in Honolulu. You've done a bit of research, but you're not exactly sure where to go first. And then, you know, what about any of the local secrets? What about the restaurants where the locals go or where they go to hang out so you can, you know, meet some new island friends? It can be a little bit overwhelming, but imagine instead we introduced you to a new friend, and this person is a local and they can't wait to welcome you and share the secrets and stories of their home with you. And that's what we do. We introduce you to local specialists throughout the cities and sites on your trip. And I'm not talking about tour guides, you know, I'm talking about passionate locals who are historians, horticulturalists, artists, chefs. They're just local, passionate people from the region who want to share why they love living there and what makes it so special. And you won't have to settle for just the tourist flooded areas of a town or miss out on the major cultural experiences. Our local specialists ensure you will have a front row seat to hidden secrets and local favorites so you won't miss out on a single thing. So, you know, you see, you want to make your Hawaiian vacation so effortless, they truly allow you to have the real thing without having to worry about a thing. And we know that every traveler is different. So we ensure that you'll have the perfect mix of free time to unwind and included sightseeing throughout your Hawaii vacation. And this free time allows you to explore and discover the places you wish to see or that may be on your personal bucket list. You know, maybe you want to rent a Jeep for the day or do a bit of exploring or shopping. Or if you're a beach lover like me, maybe you want to sit back and relax and soak up the sun, sand, and sea. But don't worry, you know, if you're not sure what to do on your free time, um, then we will have great optional activities for you to choose during your free time as well. And we offer something for everybody because, like I said before, we know every traveler is different and they want to experience the island in their own way. So we make sure we have a variety of activities to suit any kind of traveler. So if you're a nature lover, you'll love the manta ray snorkel adventure. I highly recommend this one. These are gorgeous creatures and gentle giants of the sea, and it really is an awe-inspiring experience. Now, if you're a thrill seeker, maybe a helicopter tour around Kauai is more your style. And that's a great way to view Kauai. Again, Kauai is known as the Garden Isle, and the natural views of this island are just breathtaking. So it's a great way to get to see all of those gorgeous natural wonders on a bird's eye view. And of course, you know, if you like to kick back and relax, then you'll enjoy a cocktail sunset cruise around the coast and get to enjoy maybe some pina coladas or a few of those Mai Tais for yourself. So, no matter what you decide, your free time gives you the option to experience island time your way. And now I've been to Hawaii before, and it is one of my favorite places, but there's still so many islands and experiences that I do want to see and experience. And I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to have some of those experiences, like visiting Owo Farm, going on that manta ray adventure and seeing the Nepali coast. And if you're also ready to start exploring Hawaii and the US, we aren't the only ones. You know, our Hawaii and US trips have been very popular for the summer and fall this year, and for Hawaii, even into the winter for 2022. So, speaking of island time your way, let's take a closer look at our Hawaii trips. We actually offer 4 Hawaii itineraries, and they range from 18 to 13 days, visiting 3 or 4 of the major islands. But you can also book these trips based on the accommodations you want as well. We have moderate, which means a garden or resort view room; first class, which has partial ocean views; or premier, which has you looking right at the ocean from your room. And even though we have 4, real quick, I do want to share with you the 2 that seem to be the most popular right now, starting off with our Best of Hawaii. And as you can imagine, this trip shows you the true highlights of Oahu, Maui, and Hawaii Island, or the Big Island. And you'll see these iconic sites like Pearl Harbor and enjoy some of our unique experiences, like that farm to fork meal at OO Farm. And then we also have our 4 island adventure. Um, you know, it's very popular right now, and that's because it includes a few days on each of Hawaii's 4 main islands. So this trip includes Kauai as well. And you know that'll include, if you want to do that awesome helicopter tour over Kauai, which again I highly recommend. And if you're going to go, you know, why not experience them all? I also love this trip because you'll get to visit OO Farm and also the Kona coffee plantation. And if you're a coffee drinker like me, you know, this is a real treat. But the best part about both of these trips is that they both actually include a full free day on each island. So, you know, if you are a beach lover, you can sit back and soak up the sun. Or you can join an optional experience we might offer that day. Or, like I said, maybe you even want to do just a bit of your own exploring. If you want to rent a Jeep for the day and do your own thing, that's completely fine as well. It's up to you how you want to spend your island time on those days. Now, the best way to see Hawaii with Trafalgar is by booking it with your local AAA travel agent. And that's because we have such a great partnership with AAA. There are some exclusive benefits that you'll get to enjoy as AAA members. One of the AAA member benefits is, of course, you'll actually enjoy up to $80 of on-trip credit, which you can actually use towards some of those on-trip experiences that I talked about before, those optional experiences that you can add on for your free time. And of course, like Brian mentioned as well, we do have the 5 times member rewards for May and June. So if you book any Trafalgar trip with us through the month of May and June, you'll enjoy 5 times rewards for your AAA credit card. And in addition to the offers that Brian mentioned before, as a thank you today, we are also offering a $200 off per couple or $100 off per person if you book within the next 7 days of this presentation. And if, you know, for some reason you can't book within the next 7 days, that's fine. We'll also offer $100 off per couple or $50 off per person if you book within the next 30 days. But of course, that $100 off per person, in addition to AAA's offer, is fantastic. So definitely be sure to ask your AAA travel advisor about that within the next 7 days. And the great thing is that this is actually also combinable with some of the offers that we have going on as well. Like, for example, we have our savings up to 15% off with our early payment discount. And that means if you book and pay in full by June 3rd, you can enjoy up to 15% off of your trip. Or, you know, of course, if you don't want to pay in full by the 3rd, that's completely fine. We also have our early booking discount going on right now. So that means if you book and deposit by June 3rd, then you can actually save 5% off with the early booking discount. So plenty of ways for you guys to save, including that extra thank you offer for joining us today. And like I said, you know, even though today we mostly talked about Hawaii, We do travel to all 7 continents, so you can use our offer on any of the trips with us. And again, the early payment discount and the early booking discount is available for trips, around the world. We have 2021, 2022, and even some trips for 2023 available. So, plenty of chances to get some great deals on your next adventure and give yourself something fun to look forward to. All right, so I want to say mahalo and thank you very much for joining us today. I hope you are just as excited to visit Hawaii as I am. It really is a paradise, and we're so lucky that it is here in our own backyard for us to experience and enjoy. It is one of those ultimate bucket list trips, and we can't wait for you to live the good life in Hawaii with us. I believe now we're going to take a look and see if you guys have any questions or comments. If you have any questions about Hawaii or traveling with Trafalgar or with AAA, we will happily answer them for you now.
Well, great, Jennifer. Thank you. A great presentation. And I got to tell you, my bags are packed and ready. So I'm ready for that aloha spirit for sure.
Yes.
Question came in. Can you extend one of your guided vacations with a pre or post stay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can help you provide either if you want to arrive early and spend a few days before the trip starts, or if you're not ready to say goodbye yet and you want to add some days on for a post-trip adventure, yeah, we can absolutely do that.
That's great. And can you elaborate a little bit more on the kind of the dining experience, the Be My Guest program?
Yeah, so like I said before, so Be My Guest was something we actually started about 10 years ago. We were one of the first guided vacation and travel companies to start this because, we realized that when you travel, you want to really meet the locals. And one of the best ways to meet someone and get to know someone, of course, is over a meal. So, what our Be My Guest experiences do is that we take you into the home of a local or a local family. And, they teach you about their way of life. They show you where they live and, what their family does and the history of their family. And then you sit down and enjoy a home cooked meal with them and you share your stories with each other because they honestly want to hear from you just as much as you want to hear from them. That's the beauty of travel. It's learning from each other. And with our Hawaii trips in particular, the Be My Guest experience that is available actually on all of our trips is the visit to OO Farm, which is an organic farm that practices sustainable growing, and they specialize, of course, in all local products and ingredients. So they actually grow coffee there, and any of the produce that you see when you're walking around with the family of this farm and learning about their way of life, all of that produce is going to be featured in the meal that you're going to share with them. They make so many delicious things. I've had people tell me, it's never usually the same thing because they also base it on what the locals catch for that day, if there's seafood or what produce is in season at that time. So it's really it's a real unique experience no matter what time of year you go.
That's great. That adds so much to the experience. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is terrific.
Yeah, I mean, I think, part of the charm of Hawaii itself is, of course, it's the natural wonders and the gorgeous weather and the beaches, but the people are really what make Hawaii, that magical paradise of a state. They're happy to have you. They're excited for you to experience the island and get to know it through their eyes. So I think the Be My Guest experience there really, really does kind of enhance the Hawaii experience and leaves you with a memory or with an experience that a lot of people, that visit Hawaii aren't going to get to have. You kind of have those bragging rights that I got to do this and have that true local experience.
Yes, that's terrific. A question did come in about quarantine requirements for Hawaii, and I'll make a comment and you can add in anything, Jennifer.
Mhm.
As we know, things change daily. Sometimes there are specific testing requirements before you do travel to Hawaii, very specific tests from specific providers, and our travel advisors can let you know what those are, but Hawaii has been very cautious with their testing because they are an island destination with limited resources. So that's why they're a little more strict than other states. So, and Jennifer, you have a great program in place as well. So I'll let you elaborate there.
Yeah, I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation that we know that, of course, your well-being is our top priority and your top priority as well. So we make sure that we work with the destinations that we're going to. We are working with Hawaii. We're in constant contact with Hawaii, both here on the mainland and, we have people in the islands to support you when you travel to Hawaii. We actually have a wellness director here on the mainland that will actually contact you before you go to make sure that you are aware of everything that you need to travel so that when you show up, you are fully prepared and ready to go. And we also actually for this year have also introduced a well-being director that are on trip. They're actually joining your travel director, and this is an extra set of hands that are on the ground, and their sole purpose is to, again, make sure that they're in constant contact with us here on the mainland and with any local, authorities to make sure that everybody is safe and that we are following any kind of guidelines, making sure, to provide, any hygiene equipment that we might need. And they're there to, of course, assist anybody if they have questions or if they need help. They're really there for that extra backup. So it's our people are here on the mainland, here at home, and both and in Hawaii to make sure that everybody is staying safe. And you'll have all of that information before you travel to Hawaii.
Terrific. Then there's a question about the motor coaches. How large are they and how many people do they hold?
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually travel on luxury coaches, which is fantastic. They are, of course, all air conditioned. They have Wi-Fi on board. They all have outlets as well, so that you can be sure to, keep your friends at home up to date and keep them jealous by sharing your pictures and your adventures. But yeah, our coaches can hold anywhere between up to 42 to 50 people. As of now, like I said, we are adhering to any local guidelines. So if there's social distancing required in Hawaii, we will make sure that there is enough space on the coach to allow for social distancing. But they are extremely comfortable. All of our coaches, like I said, they are luxury, and none of them are more than 2 years old. We make sure we keep them up to date and make them comfortable for everybody. And the other nice thing about traveling with us is that on our coaches, we never, make sure that you're never on the coach for more than, 2.5 hours max. You don't usually have that problem in Hawaii because the islands aren't as big. But if we do have a bit of a drive to get from one place to another, we make sure that there's stops in between and fun experiences because we know that you're there to experience the destination. You don't want to experience it from the window of your coach. You want to make sure that you're, enjoying yourself and again meeting the people and experiencing the culture. So we make sure that, you have plenty of time to enjoy yourself off the coach.
Perfect. That's terrific. Well, as I said, I can't wait to go. And I'm sure our guests feel the same way as well. So that's it for the questions. If you think of anything else or have something that we missed, please reach out to one of our AAA travel advisors. They know the Trafalgar product really well. They know Hawaii really well. We want to create the best experience for you. So now's the time. A lot of great offers. And again, thank you all for joining us this evening. And Jennifer, thank you so much as well.
Thank you guys. Like I said, mahalo. And I can't wait for you to experience Hawaii. It truly is the ultimate paradise and a fantastic trip you're absolutely going to love it. So yeah, again, if you have questions, please reach out to the agents. They are the experts. They do know Trafalgar and Hawaii like the back of their hands, and I'm always available to help out and answer questions as well. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. We really, really appreciate it.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.